This is The Good Government Show.
The birthplace of the California wine industry. We had the first vineyards planted by Robert Livermore in 1849. Livermore is, I think we're special because we're bringing the world together, but anybody can bring their community together. Everybody's looking at their social media right now. They're communicating by their phones. Nobody's working together toward a common goal. I don't really like politics. It's the price that you have to pay for good governance. Over 90% of the people that were polled in our last poll last year agreed that Livermore is a great place to live and raise a family. In this political climate, you can't get 92% of the people to agree the sky is blue. Okay. And yet they agree Livermore is a great place to live. We are they. And everybody talks about how they ought to do something, but if we don't step up and make a difference, they don't exist because we are they.
Play ball. That's not just a way to start a game. It's an initiative created by Major League Baseball and the Conference of Mayors. The aim is to get kids out on the field playing baseball. How is that good government? The mayor of Livermore, California, he's going to explain all that. Welcome to The Good Government Show. I'm Dave Martin. First, help us share the message of good government by liking us and sharing us where we are on social media. Make sure to review us and share our show everywhere. We all need to talk about good government. John Marchand is the mayor of Livermore, California. This is in the Bay Area, but first we talk wine, because Livermore has a great wine story. And I wanted to talk about the Play Ball program. As you'll hear from Mayor Marchand, there's a great intersection between baseball and good government. I think Mayor Marchand is the first chemist-turned-mayor I've talked to. He got involved in politics and good government by running for a seat on the city's water board, a job for which he was well-suited. That ultimately led him to the mayor's office. He'll explain how he built 130 apartment buildings for the workers of Livermore. He built them despite a strong lobby against them. Just a little more good government. Mayors get things done, he says. And you'll hear how Livermore Mayor John Marchand gets things done after this. HelloNation is our partner here at The Good Government Show. This is a new direction from CGI Digital. HelloNation is CGI's new online digital magazine that showcases the best of cities across the nation. We'd all prefer if good news traveled faster. At HelloNation, positive stories don't just get told, they get amplified. HelloNation helps businesses, leaders, and communities share positive stories that matter, building trust, credibility, and meaningful connection. Through professionally produced podcasts, digital features, and targeted distribution, HelloNation positions you as the answer regular folks are looking for, while expanding and scaling your digital footprint across the platforms that people trust. Good news deserves momentum. Your city or your business can help spread the word of good news across the nation. At HelloNation, they don't have advertisers, they have advertisers. Editorial content from trusted community leaders and cities that are spreading the good news. Let HelloNation lift you up and lead the conversation. That's HelloNation. Once you wrap up this episode of The Good Government Show, give a listen to our friends over at Good News for Lefties. This daily podcast highlights news stories that show there's more good news out there. Other people in government are really trying to do the right thing. That's Good News for Lefties. Listen where you're listening now. Welcome to The Good Government Show. I'm happy to have with me John Marchand. He is the mayor of Livermore, California. Welcome to The Good Government Show.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
So let's start at the very beginning. Wine. You just told me a fun fact about Livermore. It is the birthplace, you say, of wine in California.
It's the birthplace of the California wine industry. We had the first vineyards planted by Robert Livermore in 1849.
All right.
It's also where Kincannon and Wente started in 1883. But the first international gold medal ever won by a U.S. winery was Cresta Blanca in Livermore, the same year that the Eiffel Tower was unveiled at the International Exposition in Paris. And that was in 1889. Livermore won the Grand Prix out of 17,000 wines. We had best of show.
All right.
And the French were horrified. But this is the original Kincannon clones that created 85% of the Cabernet in California. Yes. And the original Wente clones are 85% of the Chardonnay.
So a lot of people drink California Chardonnay.
Yes. Really, the standard is the Wente Riva Ranch Chardonnay. It's the classic. And it's the original three flavors: Muscat, Stone Fruit, and Green Apple. And those three original clones are all Wente clones, and that's for 85% of the Chardonnay in California.
What was the last bottle you opened?
Like last night?
Okay.
The last bottle I opened was a Darcy Kent Pinot Noir.
All right. How was it?
Wonderful.
California or
absolutely, it's Livermore.
Okay, all right.
It's
you brought with. We're here in Washington at the Conference of Mayors.
With grilled salmon.
All right, okay. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is Play Ball. Yes. Which is a program that encourages cities to start baseball programs. You've been there, you said, since the very beginning. How did this whole thing begin?
This started as an initiative by the U.S. Conference of Mayors. I was here. Cal Ripken was here to launch the program.
Okay.
The Iron Man of Baseball.
The Iron Man of Baseball.
And so
broke Lou Gehrig's record.
I was here with Cal. And I got a great picture. We included it in the magazine this year. But I thought, what a great idea to have this to bring our community together. One of the things that mayors do is we bring the community together. And what a great way to do this. So in Livermore, we worked with a lot of the other folks around, and we now have the International Little League World Series, the Intermediate World Series here in Livermore. And that's the 50-70 pitching path and base path, and 13-year-olds. But we have the World Series every year in Livermore. We've had it for the last 10 years.
Okay. So why is Play Ball good government?
Because it brings the community together. And not only that, it brings the world together. We have countries from all over the world, 10 different countries, coming to Livermore and bringing their families, bringing the people to play ball. You're sitting in the stands together, you're cheering the kids on, and they play some phenomenal baseball because they love the game. They haven't gotten jaded by all the politics. They just love the game. And to bring the community together and to be sitting next to someone from South Korea or from South America or from Japan, and they're all there. We're all there because our children love the game, and they're playing the game together. And that's what we mayors do. We bring the communities together.
What would you tell another mayor about getting started with a Play Ball program?
It's a great idea. And you, as the mayor, have the bully pulpit to bring your community in to make this all work. And that's the fun part, is because you get to be out there with the families, with the children. And Livermore is, I think we're special because we're bringing the world together. But anybody can bring their community together.
Livermore brings the world together, you just said.
That's right.
Okay. Does it cost you anything?
No, it's free. Well, it's free to the public. We support it through our park district supports it. The city supports it through the general fund. We help sustain it. But all of the travel, that's all done by the league themselves.
There's Little League programs in every city, in many cities, many towns. Why is this money well spent?
It encourages kids to get outside, to get off the couch, get off their electronic devices, and to work together as a team.
Yes.
And this is so critically important because everybody's looking at their social media right now. They're communicating by their phones. Nobody's working together toward a common goal. And this is forcing people to work together as a team to achieve a common goal.
While baseball certainly calls itself America's pastime, certainly football has proved to be incredibly popular. Soccer has proved to be incredibly popular. Other sports as well. Why baseball?
There's the complexity of the game. I didn't really understand the complexities until my younger son got involved in Little League. And then he later on became an umpire. But all the strategies, to me, when it first started out, you hit the ball and you run around the bases. But then the strategy is about, when do you walk a player? When do you bunt? All of those strategies, which really make the game that much more interesting. And the fact that you've got everybody on the field and they've got to all be on the same page to understand, we just shifted the positions, so the odds are 90% the ball's going to go to left field. And that's where we need to concentrate the players. So the strategy behind it, there's a lot of finesse in the game. It's not so much brute force.
Okay.
It's the finesse of the game. And I just think it's got a lot of class.
Have you thrown out the first pitch?
I have. On many occasions, I've thrown out the first pitch.
Where?
At the Little League World Series.
Okay. And do you practice, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, absolutely. If I didn't, it wouldn't have been pretty.
Okay.
But I'm at least going to hit the backstop.
All right, good. If you could throw a strike, even better.
I've seen people miss the backstop, and it's not pretty.
All right.
And I haven't bounced it, so that's good.
Okay. Are you a baseball fan yourself? Who's your team?
I'm still working on that. It was the Oakland A's. And that's why there's pictures of me, actually with my dog, in an Oakland A's uniform. Oakland A's are now in Sacramento and they're moving to Las Vegas. But so I'm. It may be the Giants. I don't know. I just
you can't stay with it. You can't stay with the A's, huh?
Just the problem is it's just not fun anymore. When you had Miggy Tejada on there and Dave Stewart and it was fun.
Yes.
And now it's just a slog. It's just not that much fun anymore.
All right.
But when it was,
do you go back to Charlie Fidley and
Campy Campaneris and all those folks? It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
And it's not fun anymore. It's like government. As long as it's fun,
I can't wait to see where this is going.
As long as it's fun, I'll keep doing it.
All right.
There have been times where it's not as much fun, and it goes back to politics is from the Latin root poly, meaning many, and ticks need blood-sucking parasites. So it's difficult.
Did you just make up the ticks part?
No.
Okay.
But it is. It's politics, and I don't really like politics. It's the price that you have to pay for good governance. I'm not a politician. I prefer to call myself a public servant.
Okay.
And I love what I'm able to do. That's what I really enjoy is when you can actually do something that improves the lives of your residents. And that's the key to being a good mayor.
I should have set this up earlier. Livermore is basically the Bay Area of San Francisco Bay.
We're about 40 miles. We're about 40 miles east of San Francisco.
Okay.
We're in the San Francisco Bay Area, so we're north of San Jose. We're east of San Francisco. As I said, we're the original wine region of California.
I don't think you can switch from being an A's fan to a Giants fan, by the way. I don't know.
I haven't even tried it.
All right.
I could not name two pitchers, by the way.
Okay.
If my life depended on it, I couldn't name two pitchers.
So, let's talk a little bit about good government in Livermore. What's going on? What are you working on? What's the big project that's making people's lives better in Livermore?
Well, a couple of different projects. One, I just completed Stockman Park. That was something that was originally agreed to back in 1962, and then it got forgotten. And after 57 years, when I got back into office, we worked with the Rodeo Association and we actually made that happen. And in the heart of our downtown, and the park is in the shape of a horseshoe, that commemorates the sacrifice of the veterans of Livermore, Pleasanton, and Murray Township, and it celebrates the stockmen, the people who, the ranchers and the cowboys, and those are the folks that founded the city of Livermore back in 1869. So working on that, we are working on Veterans Park, which is going to be adjacent to Stockman Park. And I think what's very exciting is after having approved this 7 years ago, so I termed out and I actually came back because this project was so important to me. It's 130 affordable apartments for families that live and work in Livermore. Now, my wife was a fourth grade teacher in the Livermore schools. Okay. And she had children in her class that were homeless. Now, Livermore is a fairly affluent middle class community. There were homeless children in my wife's class. And so we've been working for 7 years to get this project built. 130 apartments. We have a handful of multimillionaires have spent over $6 million trying to stop this project.
Why are they stopping you?
Because they want to build another theater there. And they've got these vanity projects that they want to do.
Okay.
And they've spent $6 million trying to stop 130 apartments. They've used CEQA lawsuits. The CEQA lawsuit was over the shape of the windows.
CEQA, I'm sorry.
CEQA is, we're talking jargon.
Yes.
CEQA is CEQA. It's the California Environmental Quality Act.
Okay.
And it's similar to the NEPA, the national equivalent. But they were, every single lawsuit they come up with, they tried a referendum, they tried lawsuits and initiatives, all these different things to stop this project. And we were laser focused to get this done because it is for families that live and work in my community. These are the service workers. These are the teachers. These are the people that we want in our community. And as I said, I came back after terming out so that I could get this project finally across the finish line. And last month, we finally got the ruling from the California Supreme Court that we were going to go ahead with it. So I'm very excited about that. 7 years in the making, and we're finally there.
The first one was 57 years in the making. The next one was 7 years in the making. What is slowing things down in Livermore,
Well,
Mr. Mayor?
the thing of it is, you've got a few people that are Luddites, they're NIMBYs, and it just takes perseverance to get these things done. And this is one of the things that I'm very proud of, is that mayors get things done.
You mentioned earlier that you have homeless shelters in your city.
Yes.
And not just for your city, but for the region. Why did you build these for people outside of your city?
Well, it's for any, it turns out that 80% of the people that end up homeless in Alameda County lived in Alameda County before they became homeless. Most of the people that are homeless in Livermore lived there before they became homeless. In fact, what's a real tragedy is I can name 5 people that died homeless in Livermore that all have families that live in Livermore. So if you have a family member who's homeless and you can't raise them up, what chance does a municipal bureaucracy have to accomplish that? Yeah. So you can't. But so Robert Livermore, the rancher, had a foreman. His name was Joshua Neal. And Neal in his diaries said that Livermore would send his vaqueros out into the countryside looking for immigrants. And that was the term Neal used, looking for immigrants, because Robert Livermore was an immigrant from England.
Okay.
And they were under orders to ride up to them, determine their needs, and then bring them back to the rancho and ensure that they had the resources that they needed to complete their journey. He was known throughout the region for his kindness and his generosity, and I believe that continues to exist in the DNA of our community. So our community is willing to step up to those that are in need. So it's not just for Livermore, it's for anyone who's in need. And this, we've stepped up. I'm very proud of that.
Do you get on your horse and go ride around looking for immigrants?
I don't ride a horse. I don't even ride a bicycle.
I see.
But it's the spirit of the community, and that's something that we work with a lot of nonprofits, a lot of faith-based organizations that do a tremendous amount of work for the region.
Is the mayor a full-time job?
It is a full-time job. It does not pay as a full-time job.
Okay.
I spent my career as a chemist, and when I was elected mayor, I realized that I could do one or the other. I was a water quality chemist for drinking water, and I realized I needed to do this full-time. So I retired. And now this is what I do full time. I'm the mayor of Livermore. As I said, it doesn't pay full time. I make $18,000 a year. Okay,
big money.
And people ask me, well, why do you do it? And I said, because I love our community. And this is what it takes to keep our community a great place to live. Over 90% of the people that were polled in our last poll last year agreed that Livermore is a great place to live and raise a family. In this political climate, you can't get 92% of the people to agree the sky is blue.
Okay.
And yet they agree Livermore is a great place to live.
So chemist to mayor, natural translation?
No,
how did that happen?
Not at all. Because there are absolutes in chemistry. And there are laws, immutable laws in chemistry. There are no immutable laws in politics. Politics, you can go all over the map. And
what drew you into this?
Well, long story short is I tested the water at my house when I was working as a chemist, and my water did not meet federal drinking water standards for a class of carcinogens known as trihalomethanes. Chloroform is the best known.
Okay.
And so I knew as a chemist that you could treat the water and not create these disinfection byproducts, as they're called, these carcinogens. So I ran for the water board and got elected. And I served on there for 15 years, loved it.
Yeah.
And then another problem, you say I had the right skill set to solve that problem. Well, then we have an urban growth boundary around Livermore, and there was an initiative to break the urban growth boundary. And I realized that I was the only one that had the experience and the skill set to preserve our urban growth boundary.
Okay.
So I ran, and my wife even asked me, well, why are you running? Why does it have to be you? And that's because I know that I can win.
Yeah.
So then I got elected to the council. Then our mayor turned out. And again, I had the skill set that was necessary to continue the momentum to keep Livermore the great place that it is to live and raise a family. So that's how I got into politics. And then I turned out, and I was happy to turn out. I was on vacation. We had a great time. And that's when I found out that the mayor wasn't going to run again. So I realized that
you're able to run again.
Well, and my wife told me, because I asked her, I said, well, should I run again? And she said, you have to run. It's who you are. And I thought, okay, if she will support me, I can do this.
So your wife is obviously a very understanding woman.
She is.
All right. We're going to get to a list of questions in just a minute.
Okay.
The Good Government Show is sponsored by Our. That's OUR for Our Community. Get involved. We hear that all the time from government leaders. Our co-brands with your government's name and logo. Your staff and the people you serve are connected and part of your community. From any device, your members provide reliable data and meaningful feedback. Ask a question like, do we want more parkland or better homeless services? More engaged conversations come through the Our app. Visit Ourco, that's OURCO.com, and book a demonstration. After you get done with this episode, hear more good government stories with our friends at How to Really Run a City. Former mayors Kasim Reed of Atlanta and Michael Nutter of Philadelphia, and their co-host, journalist and author Larry Platt, talk with guests and other mayors about how to really get stuff done in cities around the nation. Check them out where you're listening now or through their nonprofit news site, thephiladelphiacitizen.org/podcasts.
Across America, there is a growing demand for leadership that delivers results over rhetoric. The Good Government Institute brings together proven ideas, principled leaders, and real-world solutions to strengthen how we govern, not by reinventing the system, but by advancing what already works. On our flagship podcast, The Good Government Show, we highlight the leaders behind that progress, demonstrating how effective governance begins with listening, respect, and a commitment to serve. Visit goodgovinstitute.org to learn more.
So I asked this question of every mayor. We have a list of several questions here. This is going to get to the heart of your real philosophy about government. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. The first one is the hardest. What is good government? Define it.
What is good government is to maintain the correct priorities, asset management, and it's what's in the best interest of the community and not about wearing the big hat.
If people are frustrated with government, what should they do?
Do what I did. Step up and make a difference.
But that's hard.
It is. It's extraordinarily hard, but it's a lot easier to be a keyboard commando and sit there and snivel and whine on the computer than to step up. In my freshman year of high school, I wrote my valedictory speech that I worked to deliver 4 years later.
Were you class valedictorian?
I was. And my speech became the defining principle of my life. And the name of the speech was We Are They. And everybody talks about how they ought to do something. But if we don't step up and make a difference, they don't exist because we are they.
So were you the kid in the back of the classroom that said, teacher, you forgot to assign homework? No. I have a feeling.
No.
Writing your valedictorian speech as a freshman? I don't know.
It just shows I was driven to make that message clear.
So you touched about this a little bit, but what drew you into public service? What made you say, I'm going to run for the water board? And then from there, obviously on up to mayor.
I realized that I had the skill set that was necessary to succeed, that a lot of people didn't have that, and that I had the specific skills that were necessary to improve the lives of everybody else. And it was a unique skill set. And that's why I encourage students that I talk to, every opportunity that you have, build your skill set. I'm the mayor of Livermore because I taught chess to fourth graders when I worked at the Hayward Library. Okay. Because when I graduated from college and I applied for this teaching position at the Point Malaya Marine Lab, they said, do you have any teaching experience? And I said, yeah, I taught chess to fourth graders. And that's what got me the job. And that was the first step in this whole line that I kept building that skill set until I was the one that had the skills to solve the problems. And that's why you run for office, is to identify the problems and then find a way to solve them.
Did you see yourself running for office? Did you figure, someday I'm going to run?
Never. The only reason I ran for public office, I ran for the water board because I knew that I was the only one qualified to do that job. Okay. And within 5 years of me being elected to the water board, the agencies that I worked for as a chemist and the agency that I was a board member for, Alameda County Water District and the Zone 7 Water Agency, both of those were recognized as two of the top 10 agencies in the nation. Out of 161,000 water utilities, the two that I worked for were two of the top 10. And when I went to the national conference to accept the award, I got the first one for for ACWD. And when I got up at the end to collect the award for Zone 7, the guy looked at me kind of funny, and I said, the name's Marchand. It's water quality from A to Z.
So how's the water in your tap in your kitchen now?
I drink the tap water. I don't drink any filtered water.
All right. Who inspires you?
I get to work with great people. And so it's my job to inspire great people to do great work. I tell them it's my job to get you the tools that you need to do your job. It's your job to tell me what those tools are.
Okay.
And so those are the people that inspire me, the people that do great work in my community.
So water board, city council, mayor, you're a government insider. What would you like people to know about government?
It's not as easy as you might think. The mayor does not have veto power. I'm one vote on a council of 5.
Okay.
And I need to get anything done, I need to get 3 votes. And there's 458 employees for the city of Livermore. There's only 2 that work for the council. Everybody else works for the city manager. So I can't tell any employee what to do. Okay. I have to go through the city manager. And in order to do that, I have to get 3 votes.
I've heard other mayors say that you're responsible for everything and blamed for everything.
Right.
Yes. But have authority over nothing.
Right. Yeah, yes. Pretty much. Now, there are strong mayors.
Yes.
Some of the other mayors that are here today are strong mayors. We're a mayor-manager system.
There's a lot of people who have expressed a total lack of faith in government. What are you doing to make sure that people have faith in government?
Well, you lead by example, for one thing. Now, it's interesting. Local government has an approval rating of 75%.
Right.
The state government in California has an approval rating of 35%. The federal government, depending on who you're talking about, they've got a rating of about 13%, which is all the more remarkable when you figure that Muammar Gaddafi had an approval rating of 17%. And you saw what happened to him.
Yes.
They overthrew his government.
Yes.
But there's a lot of cynicism because they see all the divisiveness. What I try to do in Livermore is to prove, and we have disagreements on the council, but the purpose of our government is to improve the lives of the people that we serve. And people have told me that they may not agree with me, but they fervently believe that I believe that I'm doing what's in the best interest of my community.
What's the best part about being mayor of Livermore?
Working with young people, going to the elementary schools and reading to the kids. I used to work in a library, so I have this deep fondness.
That's right. You were a 4th grade chess teacher.
Yeah, and so I love trying to inspire the kids that they can step up and make a difference. Last week, I talked to 2 Cub Scout troops about how they could work to improve the community, and something as simple as just picking up litter from the community.
What's the hardest question the kids have asked you? Because they ask the best questions.
They always ask, how much money do you make?
Okay.
And another one has said, where's your Ferrari? And I point to my 1996 pickup truck in the parking lot.
All right.
Everybody thinks I'm rich.
So you've talked a little bit about the wine of Livermore. I've never been there. I'm coming to your town. You're taking me out. What are we having? Where are we going? What is the dish of Livermore?
Well, what is it that you want to eat?
I want the best Livermore has to offer.
Well, so out of the 34 cities in the East Bay,
yes,
the top 100 shops and restaurants in the 34 cities of the East Bay, yes, Livermore has 28 of them.
Okay.
So the best Thai, the best barbecue, the best sports bar, the best Indian cuisine, the best Italian cuisine, the best bakery. We had it all. So it really is. We've got a new Spanish place that came in, makes amazing paella.
Okay.
We have a Korean barbecue place. We've got a Hindu pizza parlor. So you have curry pizza.
All right.
So all these
I'm
wonderful
from Brooklyn,
foods.
Curry pizza, kind of wrong.
Yeah. So we've got all this wonderful cuisine in Livermore.
Yeah.
So everything from vegetarian, Indian cuisine, they do a phenomenal chili there. We've got there's great cuisine all over the city. So it really kind of depends on what you feel like.
All right.
But we had the best Italian. We just rock.
Last 2 places you went to, what were they? What was
went to El Campo, which is the Spanish tapas place.
Okay.
Went to the Bourbon Pear, has an amazing lamb shank. And Locanda Wine Bar, which is Italian. We also have Simply Fondue, which is a wonderful fondue place.
What do you do for fun?
I love photography. I love getting out and just walking out. We have some beautiful parks south of Livermore. So I love getting out into the public, heading over to the coast. But the ocean sort of reinvigorates me, recharges my batteries.
All right.
But getting out in nature, getting out into the open space lands in Livermore, 20 minutes from the downtown, you can be at a trailhead to the Del Bell Wilderness and spend 3 days on a 26-mile wilderness trail. That's 20 minutes from my office.
This is the Good Government Show. We always bring it back to good government. You've been mayor for, I guess, 9 years?
Well, 9 years and plus 3 years.
9 years plus 3 years.
I came back.
Tell me about a good government project we haven't talked about that you're excited that you were able to get done.
Well, I'm still working on the downtown. The downtown's going to be an absolute key. We've got several new, our town square, the Blacksmith Square is coming up out of the ground. So that's very exciting. The asset management program that we have, we just brought in a new parking structure. The number one priority for the Livermore residents was more parking in our award-winning downtown. And it's difficult because they wanted open space and they wanted parking. Well, the problem is parking takes up open space. And
has the mayor ever got a parking ticket?
So we went vertically, and that's going to allow room for this affordable housing project. It allows room for an additional park. And at no time during all this construction, even though there's a 500 parking space parking lot that we're taking out, at no time will we have less parking as we're bringing in more parking and these two other projects. So it's all about staging. And so we're bringing the community everything that they asked for.
Well, what was it? 57 years to make one park and 7 years to make another park?
Yep.
Downtown's going to be beautiful.
It is.
It is.
Come on down, I'll show it to you.
All right. And then we'll go out to God knows where and have
whatever you feel like.
Whatever I feel like. John Marchand, the mayor of Livermore, California. It was a pleasure talking to you, and play ball.
Very good. Play ball.
The Good Government Institute has a new partner, the Charles F. Kettering Foundation. I really like their podcast, The Context, and I bet you will too. They have a new series called Democracy Under Construction. The show is hosted by historian Alex Lovett, and he looks back at the first 250 years of U.S. history. Alex digs into the moments that have pushed us towards an inclusive democracy. You can find it wherever you're listening right now, or visit kettering.org and give him a follow. Want to hear more about good government? Check out another show I host, Leading Iowa, Good Government in Iowa Cities. I host the show with Brad Kavanaugh, mayor of Dubuque, Iowa, and the immediate past president of the Iowa League of Cities. Together, we talk to leaders in Iowa cities. We talk about what works and what good government looks like in Iowa. Join us right here where you're listening now. That's Leading Iowa, Good Government in Iowa Cities. What if Lincoln hadn't been shot? What if World War I hadn't happened? Jim Ludlow, Good Government Show executive producer, explores both those ideas in 2 books. In Lincoln, Beyond the Bullet, he imagines that Lincoln lives. In Royal Cousins, he imagines what would have happened if 3 kings, all cousins, hadn't blundered their way into war. What if? Think about it. Go to goodgovinstitute.org/books and order a copy. Here's what Mayor John Marchand said. I don't really like politics. It's the price you have to pay for good governance. I'm not a politician. I prefer to call myself a public servant. How's that for a governing philosophy? That mindset can only lead to good government, and it seems to, with a 90% approval rating. And he does all this for $18,000 a year. That's actually a decent take-home pay for a mayor, believe it or not. And for most mayors, it isn't about the money. It's about the work. And that's good government. And for the kids, that's the answer to their first question. Now they know. Being mayor won't make you rich, at least not in Livermore, but they do have curry pizza, and we'll have to see on that one. That's our show. Thanks for listening. Please like us and share us with your friends and review us right here where you're listening. And check out our website, goodgovernmentshow.com, for extras. Help us keep telling stories of good government in action everywhere. Join us again for another episode right here. I'm Dave Martin, and this is The Good Government Show. The Good Government Show is produced by the Good Government Institute, a nonprofit organization promoting civic engagement and civic education. All donations to the show help promote trust in government. You can donate at goodgovinstitute.org. That's goodgovinstitute.org. Executive producers are Jim Ludlow, Dave Martin, that's me, and David Snyder. Jason Stershik is our editor and producer. Join us again to hear good stories about our government right here on The Good Government Show.
This podcast is part of the Democracy Group.